What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Legal Talk with Madam Attorney. I am back with another video and I'm so excited to be doing this one in particular. Today we are talking about dissolution of customary marriages. How are you supposed to dissolve a customary marriage? Do you walk away? Do you pack your bags and go and never look back? Is that sufficient? Can you do that? What happens if you do that? That is what we are discussing in today's topic, right? So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, guys, so I am sure that you know someone who's been customarily married and that just left the marriage and never looked back, right? You know someone that has separated from their spouse for 20 years, but they never really divorced and they were married in terms of customary marriage. So what does the law say about this? Can you simply just walk away and never come back or never look back, right? Customary marriages are legally recognized marriages. They are governed by the Recognition of Customary Marriages Act, and in that act, right, it is specifically stated that in order to dissolve a customary marriage, right, one needs to obtain a court order which specifically dissolves the marriage or ends the marriage, right, on the grounds of irretrievable breakdown of the marriage. And in the absence of such an order or such divorce decree, that marriage is not dissolved and that person is still married to their spouse. Yeah, that's quite a hard one, right? So if you had a valid customary marriage that you entered into, but you never really got a divorce decree to end the marriage relationship between you and your spouse, and you just walked away, unfortunately you are still legally married. And if you then think you can enter into another marriage or another civil marriage, that subsequent marriage would be null and void, and the spouse that you marry in terms of civil marriage after the customary marriage has ended, or after you separated, that marriage would then be null and void, which means that your customary spouse could still come back and claim your things because they are still legally your spouse. You guys are still married, and such marriage is recognized by the law in South Africa. So it's very important that if you are no longer on good terms with your customary wife or your customary husband, right, and you guys were married customarily, it's advisable that you must go and get a divorce decree. Separation does not mean divorce. Hence, if a person passes on, they'll call the spouse that had left. It's just separation, guys. It's not a divorce, right? In South Africa, you have to go to court and divorce your customary spouse, your customary wife or your customary husband, because if you don't, the day you pass on, they can come and say, this is my wife or this is my husband, whatever she had, I have a share in it, and they could claim 50% of your assets simply because you guys never got a divorce decree dissolving the customary marriage. And because a lot of people don't sign international contracts when they do customary marriage, that marriage is automatically in terms of is in community of property, which means whatever you have, you have that in equal shares with your spouse. So it's very important that we make it a habit that we go and obtain divorce orders for for marriages that were concluded customarily. I've done a video on you know, the requirements for a valid customary law and what it is that you need to do or need to have if you want your marriage to be recognized as a customary marriage. But nowadays a mere lobola is enough for a conclusion of a customary marriage. So guys, we do need to be absolutely careful about these things. We do need to be informed about them. If you were sitting there and you were just separated from your husband and you guys have not obtained a divorce order, and you guys know that there aren't any chances of you guys reconciling, then just initiate the divorce process. Maybe you could negotiate a good settlement agreement where maybe you keep most of your assets, or you keep whatever you have in your possession, but as long as you just do something about it, and as long as you guys at least get a divorce order. Because if you leave it and then maybe one of you dies, and the other knows horror, if you pass away and we had not gotten a divorce, I'm still, or you are still able to get half of whatever that person had. They can still get half of whatever you have, and there is nothing your family can do. Absolutely nothing your family can do to change that situation, because it is the law, and the law would be on the side of the person that's coming forward and saying, that's my spouse, that's my husband, or I want his assets. You know, there's nothing that the family could honestly do. Let's just talk about a situation where then you guys married customarily and stayed together for some time, and then realize that and you realize that no, it's not working, and you guys want out. Then you guys get out, right? But you don't go to court to dissolve the marriage. Then let's say the woman then remarries someone else without getting a divorce decree for the first marriage or for the first customary marriage. What happens to the subsequent civil marriage? Well, the answer is this: that subsequent civil marriage is null and void. The second husband is just a husband, it's just a boyfriend, not necessarily a husband, because in most cases you find that no consent was obtained from the previous customary spouse, which means that if the customary spouse, or you know, customary husband in this instance, wanted to nullify that marriage, they could nullify it, and the court would nullify such marriage. So let's make it a habit that we dissolve customary marriages by obtaining a divorce decree, just like you would in terms of if one was married in terms of under civil law or Civil Marriages Act. Let's get divorce orders, let's get divorce decrees. That is the only way you dissolve a customary marriage. Quite a mouthful, huh? I bet most people didn't know that. Actually, a lot of people don't know that up until they are faced with a situation where they're like, there was never a divorce, so I'm still legally married and I want 50% of whatever they had, and the family goes crazy because they're like, what? You know? So yeah, such things do happen, and yeah, let's not allow them to happen. Let's do what's necessary while we still have the chance to do so. So please subscribe, please hit the like button, please comment, please do the most, do the things, just do what needs to be done, and help a sister grow her channel. Guys, I love you, and I'm starting to really like making these videos. So I'll see you soon. Bye.